There we go. Where's the group? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ryan Myers Expeditions. We are in part 2 of our Baja Mexico trip. We rambled really far the last few days. We're about 10, 11 hours down south of the border. Guys, we're out here on the yaks today. Got the new Hobie i9s, and we are finally going to shoot some giant fish. We got my brother JT over there with us.
Let's do this.
If you guys haven't seen part 1, go back, check that out. We caught some giant cabrillas, made our way all the way down south. The mission for this trip is to capture enough fish for JT's baby shower. He's having his first baby in what? How long? A month? 2 months? 3 months. Holy crap. He's having his first baby in about 3 months. Everybody flew into town for the baby shower, and our mission is to get enough fish to feed a lot of people. So right now we've got like 1 cabrilla still left that we're probably gonna eat by the end of the trip. So today is the day. We got a really sick report from one of the guys who just showed up in camp. Told us this is one of his favorite spots to fish. Said there's 2 of these islands where the water drops really deep out into like 100 feet right away. Said white sea bass come through there, yellowtail, big groupers, and perhaps what I'm most excited about, he said there's a bunch of halibut here in this bay. Really one of the fish I want to tick off my bucket list on this trip right here. We got a nice long paddle ahead of us. Then we're gonna cleat off, tie to the bottom, and we're gonna see you guys in the water and show you how freaking beautiful this place is underwater.
Jumping in, it was immediately apparent that I had found what I was looking for. There were a lot of fish around. There was a ton of just life everywhere. Those smaller cabrillas, bait fish everywhere, and I knew that I was absolutely in the right zone. However, when I find a spot like this, I'm not in a rush to shoot the first available fish. You know, I just got here, this is my first dive, and I don't have a lot of spots to explore. You know, I'm on that kayak, and I've got kind of a couple little island zones, but I'm not out there to kind of bust up everything. So my first couple dives are always gonna be my pickiest. I wanna see what's around, I wanna make sure that there's no real giant trophies before I just go popping off shots at whatever small cabrillas or whatever food fish kind of present themselves. The way I usually do that is I try to find the edge of the reef. So that's kind of where the boulder fall goes down and then meets the sand. And whatever depth that is, that's where I'm hunting. And one of the benefits of being kind of a deeper diver is it doesn't really matter to me whether that edge is in 90, 100, 120, or 60. And here in Baja, luckily it was a little bit shallower. This roll off just kind of came down, and about 60, 70 feet, it kind of turned to sand. Now there's not gonna be a lot of life further out in the sand. And whatever's on the reef, those bigger predators are gonna be kind of hunting and hanging out right on that edge. So that's kind of what I wanna find. And if I don't really have the visibility to see that from the surface, I gotta kind of do a couple dives and kind of get my bearings and find where that spot is, because guaranteed that's the zone that I'm gonna be hunting for the rest of the day. So you'll be able to see exactly that again on this dive, where now I kind of understand where that reef edge meets the sand, and this time I land a little bit closer. And when you're hunting these kind of zones, it could be either way. The fish could be up in the rocks on the edge, or they could be out in the sand, kind of hanging out, waiting to dart in and get their food. So you always kind of gotta look both directions and see, because depending on what it is, anything is possible. Like the big yellowtails could be out in the sand, those halibuts could be out in the sand, even those big giant groupers can be hanging out in the sand and then coming up on the reef. Like here, this grouper levitated up off the bottom, and he was up right on that edge. You can see him there, and I don't know what the heck happened here. I thought I lined up perfectly on a face up shot. I love this shot, especially with groupers because they're so wide, but completely whiffed on this first shot in this unbelievable spot. So now I knew fish were here, but I really wanted to get JT something before he got too cold. You know, he really only had like a surfing wetsuit, so his time was gonna be limited. Now you can see him get down to the bottom, and there's a ton of life here in the shallow Baja stuff. It's really perfect for beginners. This was a nice sheephead that was kind of cruising back and forth. He did his aguado, he went down to the bottom, he's well trained, but then he completely missed.
Bro, you were close.
Yeah.
That's 2 misses.
I missed a little grouper, I don't know what that was. And he just missed that sheepy, but that's it, we're done missing for the day, let's get him.
So my brother's one of those board sport kind of guys, doesn't really shoot at stuff, kill anything, And you can really see it when we go out hunting, like that killer instinct is just not there. Like he gets down to the bottom, the fish are there, and that sheephead kind of comes cruising in and just, again, completely whiffs like a 5 to 6 foot shot. I don't know what the problem was.
Bro, this is a flashback to Hawaii.
Right?
It's like you dive down and it presents perfectly, but you don't want to hurt it or something.
I just want to let him live, bro.
So from there, I'm doing some more dives out on that edge, and I see the fish that I am freaking looking for. The first time in my entire life I've ever seen one of these, but a beautiful halibut, very distinctive, very easy to kind of spot. I didn't know if they were gonna be like super blended in or what, but you could see that shape from a long ways away, and he didn't spook, and I managed to get down there and stick him right in the head. I'm so freaking thrilled to put this fish on the kayak.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Bro! We in halibut! Halibut! Woo-hoo-hoo! Got my halibut! Woo! Next spot!
So we moved spots, and I'm just gonna repeat that exact same process. I'm gonna go down to the bottom, I'm gonna find where the edge of those boulders meets the sand, and that's gonna be my zone. Now, from all of my diving that I've done so far this day, I've kind of understood that a lot of that life is gonna be up higher on the reef and not out towards the sand. I'll still look out there because you really have no idea, but up on the reef, tons of life. Now the tide is high, which brings a lot of those fish up into the reef to kind of feed. And sure enough, I saw this new species that I have no idea what this thing was. Some kind of red snapper looking thing with the dot on the back. I don't know, but as a general rule of thumb, anywhere in the world, if it is red, it is dead and guaranteed to be delicious. I tried to swing on him, but he didn't let me, and that was okay. Next drop, again, straight down there to the edge of those boulders, and I try and do a bunch of different techniques. So especially when I'm testing out a new zone, like I don't always grunt when I get to the bottom, but I did here. And it's, you know, the dive before I probably didn't, this dive I did. You just kind of try different things, change it up to see what works, especially when you're in kind of a new zone like this. And I'm I did my grunting, I'm posted up, I'm gonna do my turns real slow and easy, look around, and kind of see what happens. One of the big mistakes I see most people make is they do too much on the bottom. So they're down there trying to attract fish, but in reality, the best thing you can do on the bottom is probably nothing at all. If you post up, they know that you're there. Those fish know that you're there, that you came into their environment, and your job is to be as non-threatening as possible and be as welcoming to them to come to you. And you know, a lot of people try and do too much dusting, too much grunting, and you know, it's my fault I wasn't clear on that kind of at the beginning when I started explaining some of this stuff, but the less you can do, the better. You can see this Gulf grouper comes cruising straight into me, and boom, safety on like a kook. I don't know why the safety was on. I must have got bumped on the kayak, but you can see that big target panic when I pull the trigger and flinch. But he goes behind this rock, and I managed to get a snapshot, get him right in the tail, and anytime I've got a pretty bad shot and he's going into a cave like that, I'm gonna let him go because I know that I can get back to the surface and I'll do another dive down there and try and figure out what's going on. Now on the surface, I'll try and keep some tension on this fish because I don't want him to go any deeper in the hole. You know, as long as I just let him go a little bit, then I know I can get down there and most likely extract him back out of there, which is pretty much exactly what happened. He was only just barely up into that cave, and I was able to go down there and kind of finagle him back out without pulling too hard because I don't want to pull that shaft out of him. I just kind of want to move him around to get him out. And guys, it worked perfectly, and then pulled this guy out. And at the time, I thought this was a cabria. So I was like, I don't know what this is, but later it turned out to be my first ever Gulf grouper.
Nice little girl. Very nice little fat little grouper, just barely had that thing.
So this was actually that very next dive. And now I kind of knew that there were some fish around. I had seen that snapper, I had shot that grouper, and really go into full ninja mode. Down here on the deep side of the ledge, kind of creeping around, looking to see what I see. And sure enough, another Gulfie pops out. I managed to close this distance, not have the safety on this time, and absolutely drill this thing. And you'll notice right here, I don't let him get into those caves because I know that it's a solid shot and I'll land this fish on a single dive.
There we go. There's a group of chunky little morsels. I don't even know if they're cabrillas. Gotta show the Hobie Kayak people.
What?
They didn't even know. They got a fish stringer built in. This is some kind of fancy high-tech, some kind of rope, you know, that's like got all kinds of cables in it.
So from there, I did a few more dives on this spot. I was really looking for that special fish. You know, I already had 2 fat Gulfies on the boat. I had a cabrilla in the cooler that I was gonna plan on eating that night for dinner. I had that halibut. So I was really looking for something special. And anytime you've got these big congregations of bait fish like that, that is where those big predators live. Anything could have been coming cruising through this zone, a big yellow tail, or, you know, really who knows? I'm brand new to this kind of area, so I don't know how a white sea bass hunts. I don't know if he's cruising through looking to eat these bait fish as well. But a couple more dives in this little corner, in this beautiful spot. Didn't see anything, but again, unbelievable day spearfishing in Baja. From the kayaks was absolutely awesome to get it done, no boat needed.
Woo! Did it, guys. Heck of a kayak mission. Look at that. Hobie had no idea that they included a fish stringer on their kayaks. 2 nice cabrillas, a halibut, and a beer from our nice neighbors on our way in. Guys, we got a feast coming tonight. This trip is just getting started. So we made it back to camp, and one of the local guys just told me these are actually not leopard groupers. These are Gulf groupers. So these 2 that I just shot are my first ever Gulf grouper, so I'm freaking stoked on those. 2 beautiful Gulfies and that halibut. So that's 2 new species today, which doesn't happen so often for me anymore. So I am beyond pumped. I'm gonna fillet these guys up, and then I think we're actually gonna go back out, do some fishing because the birds are going off, do a sunset session, go explore this really cool mangrove tidal lagoon, and see what else we can catch. So I've never filleted a halibut before, but I've seen a couple YouTube videos. We get 4 fillets off of this thing, and my boy Dean here just confirmed it. So I'm gonna split this thing down the center, pull a fillet off each side, and then flip it and do the same thing again. Check out that freaking white fillet. So we're gonna leave the skin on so that when we cross the border, they'll know what kind of fish we have, just in case they do stop us and ask. Yoo-hoo! Guys, check this out. We're taking the Hobies deep up this mangrove creek right now. I'm running out of water, bro. I'm running out of water. Look at this. Look how we're floating in. Come on, buddies. Woo-hoo. Look around, guys. Ridiculous. Oh no. Oh, go. Bro, it looks like it's deeper on this side. We screwed up. We went the wrong way. It's like a freaking aquarium. Look at the stingies down there. Baby stingies. Oh, look at the size of that puffer. Guys, where am I? This place seriously keeps getting more and more freaking beautiful. I cannot believe it. So we're saving a lot of that fish that I shot today, the halibut and those Gulf groupers,
for JT's baby shower. So what we're cooking tonight is, again, that cabrilla, which I'm not disappointed about because, guys, this fish is some of the best fish I've ever had. And we're keeping it simple tonight, making that egg beater wash. And I brought that just so I didn't have to bring eggs. It was very simple. It was just a carton of egg beaters. It was cake, and then I dropped it in a pile of those seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. And I'm gonna fry this whole thing up. We're gonna have a quick, easy meal here. Guys, I'm exhausted, but I'm starving. This is gonna be fantastic. Guys, that dinner was freaking unbelievable, but I just could not go to sleep before I came out here and checked out the low tide on this marsh. The tides out here in Baja are insane, and they drop so much that that river that we were in earlier is completely dry now. So we're gonna walk out here and see what we can find. Check it out. That is a blue crab, like a Maryland blue crab. Oh, buddy, if I wasn't so full, you would be dinner. Oh, check out that one. That is dinner. Check it out. Check that out, guys. That is an octopus. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't come near my feet. Don't come near my feet. Nope, not my feet. Stop it. Check it out. How freaking cool is that? Check it out! How freaking cool! Oh, inked! He inked! Oh my god, it's another octopus! Did you see that? He was feeding on that clam. That's his hole. That's an octopus hole. He was feeding on that clam, and then he dropped it when I got there. How sick is that? That's one of those little butter clams. This is another octopus. Each one of these holes has a freaking octopus in it. Look at them down there. They're really small. Like, they're not edible size, but pretty sick. Check that crab out. That is freaking dinner right there. Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to eat you. Goodbye. Check it out. How you guys doing? You guys having a good time? You guys having a good time tonight? Yeah? I'm gonna leave you guys be. There we go. There is a proper size octopus in a proper size octopus hole. Oh my gosh. Check that out. Textbook octopus hole. Shells around it from him feeding on them. Pretty sick. Oh my god, look at the size of this puffer. Holy crap, guys, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's an octopus. Check it out, what are you doing, buddy? Holy crap. There are so many tasty treats out tonight. Oh my gosh. How crazy is that, guys? To see him out maneuvering at night? Freaking sick. Did you just catch something? Did you just catch a fish? Guys, I missed that. I'm gonna have to watch that on the video later. Are you using my light to hunt? Bro, how cool is this? You just caught one again! Holy crap, I just saw him catch one. He's using my light to hunt. This is absolutely nuts. Where are you going, buddy? You can't go out on land? Goodbye! Guys, there's another octopus. What are you doing down there? They're just all out here at night. Can you guys even see that thing? What's up, dude? Come on, move for me. There you go. Whoo! Gone. Look at that, this little baby octopus.
Well, there's another one. What? This octopus has a dead mullet. Bro, what are you doing? Did you catch that? Shake. Oh my God, it swam away. I just saved that mullet's life. Mullet, swim. Get out of here, buddy. He's gonna eat you again. Get out of here. Go. Shoo. Yo, I just saved its life. Guys, what an unbelievable another day down here in Baja, Mexico. Guys, thank you so much for watching part 2 of this Baja mission. Like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe because you don't want to miss part 3. And we'll see you guys next time right here on Ryan Meyer's Expeditions.